Hey guys, I wanted to show you this tip on finding a rural bug out location using Google Earth. This is a tip I learned from Canadian prepper who obviously lives in Canada, so he's got a lot of areas where they do logging and deforestation. And what happens is, logging companies will come in, clear out an area, and then they've got to replant that area, because if you cut down trees in Canada for logging, you've got to replant them. But so they'll, after they deforest an area, they'll come in and replant everything. And then after that, after a couple of years, those roads and that location is not really visited again. So I pulled up one of these locations of an area that has been deforested, and I just did this by zooming around. And what you'll find here is that often these will be near fresh water, and they've obviously got their own roads, because they have to make a road that goes into the area they're going to be logging. And even though these roads don't get maintained anymore, you can still get a vehicle through there, and with some, with a little bit of elbow grease, you can clear it out. Or you might not even want to, because if you're looking for a secluded bug out location, you might want the road to look like it's doesn't let any through traffic in there. So that was one of his tips, was to find a location that has been logged and kind of overtake it. Now, for me personally, I'm also going to be looking for water. So this is still a pretty good location, because here's your road and here's a big thing of fresh water, right? So finding lakes or secluded bodies of water are also really big. So let's take this little body of water here, for example. If I find this area is ideal because it's nice and secluded, I'm also going to want to make sure I can get in there. So it looks like these are some main roads down here that are maintained roads, but coming up here, I don't see any way of getting in easily. It looks like they tried to start here. So that's another thing you want to think of, how difficult it is going to be to get in and out of this place. And if you're like me, I'm going to say the more difficult the better, because we're doing this to be secluded, and if SHTF, we don't want a bunch of people being able to get to our camp easily. So there you have it. You can use Google Earth to zoom in, zoom out, and just find barren locations, and then also make sure that those locations have the resources nearby, and you can also check out what type of conditions the roads are in. And if you want to take it a step further, you can use Google to search when they finished logging that area, and if they're doing maintenance there still. And if they're not, then you know that you've got a pretty good bug out location with some semblance of a road that may need a little bit of work to get cleared, but you're not going to have a problem with neighbors.